Today, Iran signaling it still has serious military firepower. Israel says an Iranian ballistic missile landed near a major power plant, one of 5 strikes across the country. Meanwhile, another missile exploded near an airport in Kuwait, and the attacks weren't isolated. Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain also targeted by Iranian missiles and drones today. On the diplomatic side, Iranian state media says Tehran has rejected a U.S. 15-point peace plan while still insisting no negotiations are happening. But they do say Iran has its own list of demands. Those include a stop to assassinations and control over the Strait of Hormuz.
What I will tell you is these talks are ongoing. We're not going to get into the nitty-gritty details that have been exchanged between the United States and Iran at this time.
The Pentagon is preparing to deploy up to 1,500 troops from the elite 82nd Airborne Division to support the war. President Trump says he does not plan to put boots on the ground, but the soldiers of the 82nd are trained to parachute behind enemy lines. Today, the national average for a gallon of gas in the U.S. is averaging $3.98, according to AAA. Iowa's gas average is sitting at $3.30. The gas price hold comes amid modest relief for oil prices, with crude fluctuating at or below $100 a barrel. The improvement comes after President Trump expressed optimism about talks with Iran. Iran is still impeding the flow of oil through the Strait of Hormuz, choking about 20% of the world's oil supply. Today, the Trump administration issued a nationwide emergency waiver allowing the sale of E15 gas this summer. Right now, E15 is cheaper than regular gas by around 25 to 60 cents a gallon. Today's move is something Iowa farmers have been asking Congress to do for months. Farmers say if E15 sales become permanent, it could create a demand for 3 billion additional bushels of corn, helping farmers during an uncertain time. Today, Iowa's Ag Secretary, along with the Iowa Corn Growers Association, stated that while they appreciate the waiver, he says that Congress needs to pass a permanent solution. The Department of Homeland Security has been shut down for 40 days, and both sides of Congress are still pointing fingers at a hearing on Capitol Hill today. Democrats rejected the latest Republican offer, which would remove funding for parts of ICE, but doesn't include the policy reform Democrats are asking for. Today, Democrats sent a counteroffer, which was also rejected.
This lays right at the feet of the Democrats.
The Democrats offered to open up everything but ICE, but Trump said no deals.
President Trump's position is very clear. He wants the federal government opened, he wants the Department of Homeland Security funded, and he wants the Democrat shutdown to end immediately.
This comes as TSA workers go another week without a paycheck, causing thousands of TSA workers to call out. Some airports are dealing with the highest wait times in the agency's history. TSA is warning this shutdown could have long-term effects, even after the government reopens, with over 400 TSA workers quitting since the shutdown began, and the time it will take to train new officers. Today, a California jury found social media platform Meta and YouTube liable for causing harm to children using their platforms. The plaintiff, 20-year-old Kaylee, says she developed anxiety, body dysmorphia, and suicidal thoughts after using the apps. The court ordered the companies to pay $3 million. Meta is responsible for 70% of that, and YouTube the other 30%. The decision could set a precedent for hundreds of other cases working their way through the courts.
These products were launched to us without guardrails, without education, without warning to any parents. They entered our homes quietly, catching families completely unprepared. We became the testing ground, and so did our children.
Meta says it disagrees with the verdict and is evaluating its legal options. Google, the parent company of YouTube, says it will appeal because YouTube is a streaming platform, not a social media site. TikTok and Snapchat were also named as defendants, but settled the lawsuit prior to trial. Now, today, the Supreme Court ruled that internet service providers cannot be held liable for illegal downloads of copyrighted material like music, movies, and TV shows. The unanimous decision reversed a $1.5 billion damages award to Sony Music Entertainment in a lawsuit against Cox Communications. It's a major setback for the entertainment industry's efforts to crack down on illicit distribution of copyrighted material online.